on EA Sports, where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC South. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. Coming up next.
From the capital of Tennessee and of country music for any of you fans out there, welcome to Nashville. We're at Nissan Stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Nissan Stadium. On the return, here comes Tajay Spears. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. And they'll be led out by a quarterback who entered our league back in 2018 out of Oklahoma State, Mason Rudolph.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They'll run here with Tajay Spears. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10 from the 41. They send a man in motion. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They're going play action. Finds a man, right side. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Quite the opening drive they put together, partner. New set of downs all the way down to the 25. First and 10, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know Pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
All right, here we go. Second down. Another try following the sack. Look, he's in trouble, and they bring him down again. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Shotgun now for Levis. Forced out to his right.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
So the Titans left with a fourth down, and we're going to see Nick Folk out for the try. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. The kick by Gano is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Josh Downs to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now the Colts getting their first opportunity on offense in this game. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that when Anthony Richardson came out of the draft out of Florida, he was the greatest all-around athlete we'd ever seen at quarterback. 240 pounds, running 4.4, jumping 40 inches. He was the envy of defensive ends and linebackers that couldn't put up those numbers. Now, it's taken all those athletic traits and squeezing them into the quarterback position, maximizing all that physical talent to become the superstar he can be.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Here's Richardson. Complete out to the right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Short pass brought in. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Roger McCreary brings him down that time.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and 4 coming up now. They'll throw again. Richardson. Cut out left. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. Just 3-0 is our score. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. This has been a good drive, but it's at risk here on third down. This one finds Taylor. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Taylor again. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Julius Chestnut to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So Tennessee headed out for its 2nd drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Tight end in motion left. Here's 2nd and 7. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The Titans sending out Ryan Stonehouse now on 4th down to in turn send a punt away. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Colts will take over. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 36. Buys time, rolling right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Richardson. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now Richardson to throw. It's a completion of Michael Pittman Jr. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st down throw here from Richardson. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Taylor now up the middle. And he's in for the touchdown. The Colts get some late points and the lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Spears. Returns looking good so far. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Out come the Titans for another offensive possession. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. Back to pass on 1st and 10. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And he gets taken down immediately, right at the line of scrimmage. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Got 49 on his first punt. This one looks even longer. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt goes 63 yards. And they're going to take over possession. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st down, it's Richardson. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. To throw, Richardson. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Richardson. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Colts going to kick this away now on 4th, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. We've reached halftime. The Colts on the road and enjoying a nice little lead here. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out come the Colts as they've got it to begin the second half. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up, and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. Second and 6 coming up here. Takes off right out of the read option. Nice seam in the defense as he crosses the 45. And he's finally brought down up at the 48. That play good for 17 and a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Richardson back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Second and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Taylor. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. Third and 2 coming up.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Option headed to the left on first down. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it again. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Going jumbo set on this first and goal. Option give to Taylor. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on second and goal.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
This time it's a passing play. Has it in close.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back.